Welcome back to Jades Corner, the channel where I provide high quality and thought-provoking Teen Wolf content. In today's video, I'll be providing a what-if scenario where Stiles Stilinski gets the bite from Peter in Season 1 instead of Scott McCall. It's a dark and foggy night as several Beacon County Sheriff's Department deputies pull up to the Beacon Hills Preserve in their police cruisers. At least a dozen officers get out of their vehicles, some with K9 unit dogs who are barking and whimpering amongst the radio chatter. Flashlights in hand, the deputies begin their search in the woods. Scott McCall is sitting on his bed in his room, wearing only a pair of gym shorts as he rethreads the laces on his lacrosse stick. Once he's determined that the net on his stick is secure and loose enough, he tosses the stick on his bed before walking towards the bathroom door, where he has a bar mounted on the lintel. After doing a series of chin-ups, Scott goes into the bathroom where he brushes his teeth and washes his face before bed. Suddenly, Scott hears a noise outside and pauses to listen for danger. The scene cuts to the front of the porch where Scott, now in a red hoodie, walks outside with a wooden baseball bat in hand. As he investigates what's causing the noise outside, suddenly a figure appears hanging from the roof, and Scott yelps in terror, almost hitting the person in the face with his bat until he realizes that it is Stiles Stilinski, his best friend, who is yelping just as loudly. Ah! Stiles, what the hell are you doing? Stiles looks just as exasperated as Scott as he eyes the bat in his best friend's hands. You weren't answering your phone. Why do you have a bat? I thought you were a predator. What? Stiles looks at Scott, clearly appalled by the implication, before scoffing and changing the subject to why he's there. Look, I know it's late, but you gotta hear this. I saw my dad leave 20 minutes ago. Dispatch called. They're bringing in every officer from the Beacon Department and even state police. For what? Stiles has difficulty concealing his glee regarding the answer. 2 joggers found a body in the woods. Reaching up to pull himself free from the tree list, Stiles lands on his feet in front of Scott, who still looks confused. What? A dead body? Stiles reaches up and leans on the railing to look at Scott at eye level with a sarcastic expression. No, a body of water. Stiles rolls his eyes. Yes, dumbass, a dead body. Scott looks unnerved about the news as Stiles climbs over the railing to join him on the porch. You mean like murdered? Nobody knows yet. Just that it was a girl, probably in her 20s. Hold on. If they found the body, then what are they looking for? Stiles becomes overwhelmed with glee at the drama of this situation as he finishes the story. That's the best part. They only found half. Stiles' tone of voice changes, making it clear to Scott that he doesn't have any say in what happens next. We're going. The two pull into the preserve as Stiles' teal blue Jeep, illuminating the sign warning against entry after dark with the Jeep's headlights. Stiles gets out with a flashlight in hand, and Scott follows, hurrying to keep up with him as they walk in the dark woods. We're seriously doing this? You're the one always bitching that nothing ever happens in this town? I was trying to get a good night's sleep before practice tomorrow. Right, because sitting on the bench is such a grueling effort. No, because I'm playing this year. In fact, I'm making first line. Stiles looks back at Scott in disbelief. Hey, that's the spirit. Everyone should have a dream, even if it's a pathetically unrealistic one. The boys walk in silence for a beat before Scott speaks up in the same sarcastic tone Stiles used. Just out of curiosity, which half of the body are we looking for? Stiles looks somewhat sheepish in response to this question. Huh, I didn't even think about that. And, what if whoever killed the body is still out here? Also something I didn't think about. Scott rolls his eyes in amusement as the two start to hike up a hill. It's comforting to know that you've planned this out with your usual attention to detail. I know, right? Scott's breathing starts to become rapid, shallow, and wheezy as the two continue up the hill, with Scott struggling to keep up with Stiles' quick pace. Maybe the severe asthmatic should be the one holding the flashlight, huh? Scott leans his back against a nearby tree as he pulls his inhaler out of his pocket when they see a handful of people ahead of them waving flashlights around as part of the search. Stiles and Scott dive behind a large fallen tree branch as they plan their next move, turning off the flashlight so they don't attract attention. Unfortunately for both of them, Scott's impatience eventually wins out as he whispers back to Stiles as he jumps out and runs toward the action. Wait! Don't go yet! Stay down! Come on, we can go around them. Stiles tries to stop Scott to no avail. Scott! Wait up! Scott quickly takes a hit from his inhaler before stopping at another tree. He tries to get his best friend over to him as soon as possible without alerting anyone else that they are there. Scott! Scott! Scott continued to hide behind the tree but failed to realize that he had already made too much noise. Scott, stop right there. I see you moving from that tree. I knew Stiles was lying when I was on the phone with him earlier. Sheriff Stilinski began to walk over towards Scott along with the other deputy. Damn it, Scott. All you had to do was just stand behind the tree a little longer until they walked away. I would have came back to get you. Guess I'm on my own. How the hell am I going to find my way out of here? It's too dark, even with the flashlight. I don't even know which direction we came from. As Sheriff Stilinski and Scott finished their conversation, the sheriff shined his flashlight over to the trees in order to find his son. Stiles! Stiles! I know you're out there. Come out. After failing to find his son, Sheriff left the area with Scott and the other deputies. He's on his own. He'll find his own way back home. Guess it's time to make my move then. Stiles walked through the woods for a few minutes until he heard a few twigs break. He turned around and saw an onslaught of deers running towards him. He fell towards the ground and got trampled for nearly a minute. After standing up and continuing to push forward, he accidentally fell down a hill. When he tried getting off the ground, that's when he heard the growl. He turned around and saw a creature with red eyes staring at him. It pounced onto him and bit down deep into the side of his stomach. After breaking free, Stiles panicked and ran through the woods until he made it back to the parking lot where he parked his Jeep. He looked down at his stomach after lifting his shirt to see blood flowing out of the wound and dripping onto the ground. It began raining, and he looked at the moon in the sky as a loud thunderous roar could be heard from the woods where he had just escaped. If you would like to see a part 2, leave a like on the video and comment down below your thoughts and opinions. All my social media are linked in the description below if you want to follow or contact me. There is also a Google form below where you can suggest any ideas for future content if that's something you're interested in as well. Also, don't forget to check out my book series, True Alpha. The first book is now available digitally on Amazon through Kindle. Chapter 11 is out now on Patreon, and Chapter 12 will be released tomorrow. The official True Alpha wiki is also linked down below for any questions about the verse. Anything you need to know about the series is on that OneNote wiki.